this is Ginger from my sister Scrapper. Today I want to share a fun little project with you. This is a easel card that I created using the G45 Halloween in Wonderland Deluxe Collector's Edition. Now in the Deluxe Collector's Edition you do get 2 of each of the papers. You get the 6x12 chipboard as well as the 12x12 sticker sheet. So what I did on the front is I used black cardstock for my base. The card measures 5.5 by 5.5, and then I layered some ivory cardstock here, and then some of the design paper here and here, and I used some chipboard to pop this up a little bit here. I added some chipboard elements here, some flowers that are from Petaloo as well as Wild Orchid Crafts. I used the doily die from G45 for this doily here. And I also used the clock die for the clock here. And then I just used a scallop circle die to punch out the black here. One of the chipboard elements here with cute little Alice on the front. And then some flowers here. Added some bow, silk ribbon right here, and some black jute string right there as well. And then the way the card works is it opens like this, and it is an easel card. So it sets up like this, super cute. Again, I layered the same papers, and then I took the outside chipboard element, and then you can also open it like this so you can write your message here. But they can set it up on their desk or as a home decor piece, and I used some more chipboard elements here, and I took this piece and cut it in half for here, and you could also even write a little sentiment right there if you wanted as well. And I inked around all the edges with black soot distress ink. So I'm going to show you how I made this little card. Anyway, I know there's lots of tutorials on there about how to make easel cards, but I'm just going to share with you how I make them. Mine are pretty simple, so there you go. We're going to make this card right here. So what you're going to need is some black cardstock, your design papers, any embellishments that you want. I went ahead and did some pre-cutting. You're going to need your scoreboard also. So the first thing you're going to need to make the card the same as mine, which is a 5.5 inch square, you're going to cut your paper down to 5.5 by 11. And you're going to take your bone folder and you're going to score at 2 3/4 and 5.5. And again, I'm using 100-pound cardstock, so it's a little thick. So we're done with our scoreboard. And we're going to go ahead and fold on our score lines and burnish them. And then this one's going to get folded here, just like this. Okay. So now, this is the bottom of our card, and this is the top of our card. But what we need is so it's going to sit up like this, but we need our card panel. So you're going to cut another piece of black cardstock. That's going to measure 5.5 by 5.5, and we're going to attach that to just that section there, and then that's going to cause our card to stand up, and then it'll still lay flat. So it's the same measurement, 5.5 by 5.5 square. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set our card aside, and we're going to just decorate the front here. So my next layer is going to be my ivory cardstock, and I cut it just 1/8 of an inch, so it's going to be 5 3/8 square. And then my design paper is going to go next, and this is 5 1/4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to get layered on there. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to take our blue mat, and the blue mat measure, or not blue, hello, purple, a little colorblind today. It's going to be 4 3/4 by 4 3/4 because I wanted a little bit more of the red to show through. And then I went ahead and used one of the stickers, the border stickers, and added that to the bottom right here. So I'm going to pop this puppy up. So I just cut a piece of chipboard that was a little bit smaller. I'm going to use that, but you could use foam tape if you wanted, or just a square of kids fun foam, whatever you want. I'm just going to use this because I have a bunch of scrap chipboard left. So I'm going to add that to the back. This. Okay. And then that's going to go on there like that. So the next layer we're going to add is our little die cut doily. And I'll be honest with you, here's a little tip. When you go to cut this, because it is, I mean, it's intricate. It is really intricate. I use some Stick It by Ken Oliver, and I put that on the back of my cardstock, and then I run it through my die cut machine. However, I do use a Sizzix Big Shot, and they make a fine detailed platform, whatever. So that's supposed to help with intricate dies. So I put that on there. I use that and then my mat. But you do need to make sure that your cutting pads and your plates are brand new. Like they cannot have one tiny little bend in them. It just will take the frustration out of trying to cut it out. And the Stick It helps because then you've already got your adhesive on the back, and then you just have to pull the backing off and then stick it down. Okay. So these dies are beautiful, but they're very intricate, so you need to make sure that you have new cutting pads when you're cutting through. And I use the precision base plate because I have a Sizzix Big Shot, and that seems to help also as well. So now we're going to go ahead and get this backing off. We're going to add our little doily. And hopefully I can do this. And the Stick It is sticky, just saying. Okay. So there we go. And I'm not sure if there's a right way, right side up or wrong side up or whatever, but I'm going to put it a little closer to the top and center it on the sides. And stick it down. Yeah, can you imagine putting glue on that puppy? Not happening. Okay, so there's our little doily. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take our scallop circle and our little clock die, and we're going to go ahead and add it. And like a ding dong, I forgot to add the Stick It before I die cut this one out. So you're going to see how to use the glue. So I'm just going to use some wet glue here and just add little dots. Okay, so I'm going to put this on my little circle. And yeah, it's a little messy with the glue, but the good thing about the glue is it dries clear. Okay, just like that. Now I'm going to take my little chipboard element here, right here, and we're going to put her right on top. But let's make sure we get the time right. Let's put 12 at the top and then put her there. Not that you can really see it, but anyway. I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges on this because I totally forgot. I'm using black soot distress ink. Okay. So we're going to add some glue to the back of this. And we're going to add it right to the middle of that, just like that. Looks good. Okay. Then we're going to put this on here. Now you don't have to pop it up, but I just, you know, why not? Because you can, right? So I'm going to add some wrap chipboard to this as well. I think I'll just use the foam tape. That'll work better. And we're going to put Alice on there like that. Super cute. Okay, so there we go. So that's going to go right on here, just like that. But before we do that, we're going to go ahead and decorate the inside section. So we're going to decorate this first. So I'm going to take another piece of this and add it to the inside. But first I want to put a ivory mat down. So I'm going to cut my ivory mat the same, 5 3/8 by 5 3/8. And then my add my design paper next. And then I'm going to add this little piece here. And this little piece measures, because again, I wanted more of the red to show. It's going to measure 4.5 by 2 1/4. And I went ahead and added a couple of stickers here on the sticker sheet. I'm going to put that down. And I left a little bit of a border along the bottom and on the sides. And then I'm going to go ahead and add this little piece here. This is another piece of the ivory cardstock. And I put a little black piece of cardstock on there just to break it up. So this is where you can write your message. And I'm just line that up like that. Super cute. And now for my stopper, because you need to have a stopper here. I took that piece that was actually around here and I cut it in half, and I'm going to line that up right there. But I want to add this little half circle to the inside first. So I'm going to add a little bit of wet glue here on this little piece of chipboard. And then I'm going to add this to it. And line up my edges with the top. There we go. Now this was actually when I was cutting out that doily. This is actually the inner circle of that die. So I saved it because I already had to stick it on there. So I'm going to pull the backing off of this, stick it. And then that adhesive is ready, and I'm just going to add a little more to the chipboard. Okay. And then I'm going to put that right along that edge and just kind of center it. Hopefully my head's not in the camera. There, that looks good. Cute. Then it's going to stand up just like this. So what we're going to do is before we attach this, we're going to add our adhesive here. And I like to add my adhesive to this little first panel right here. Instead of adding it to the card, I add it to this. And I'm going to use my score tape for that because the card's kind of heavy and I want to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. So again, I want to make sure I don't go over my score line, but I'm going to be generous with the adhesive. And again, the key to score tape is you need to burnish it. So then I'm going to lay this open like this, and I'm going to take my panel and I'm going to just line up the sides and the bottom with this. Just like that. Press it down. And now, ta-da! Our card will set up. So now we can finish putting this panel on. So again, I'm going to add my adhesive here. Make sure it's right side up and stick it down. So cute. I'm going to open this up so I can make sure it. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and decorate our cute little I went ahead and pre-tied some bows. I'm gonna got these two little hearts here from the chipboard thing. I'm gonna put those, the chipboard elements, I'm gonna add those to the corners. There. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my flowers. So I'm going to put them right here, I think. 3 of them there. And a couple of them up here. And then a couple of bows. So I'm going to use my hot glue for that. So I'm going to glue those down. And I'm not the best flower arranger, you know, just put them on there how you think they look good. And I think I'll stick a little leaf on there. Okay, and now we're going to add some to the bottom. Oopsie. And yes, that glue is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Oh well, I have no feeling in my hands anyway. And we'll add a little leaf right here maybe. And another one maybe to the other side. Or maybe we'll add 2 over here. I'm kind of liking that instead. See, I change my mind all the time. Then I've got some little black twine here. I'm going to stick that little bow in there, and I'm going to put that one right on top of it. I'm going to lift them little petals up a little bit and shove that little bow in there. And then we're going to add this little purple one. And this is some little silk ribbon from May Arts. Okay, so there you have it. That's our cute little card here cute little easel card. And it's so easy peasy. I'm going to trim these a little bit. So don't be afraid to make an easel card. They're really fun and they make a big impact. So there you go, everybody. That's my cute little Halloween easel card. There you have it. Thanks for watching. Bye.